All right, so
Okay.
I'm here with Jocelyn out in Hawaii, an insurance agent. Jocelyn is looking to generate some leads for her insurance business. So, Jocelyn, thank you so much for taking the time. I'm excited to be able to help you grow your business. Let me know, give me a quick overview of where you're at with the insurance business and where you want to go, and then I'll give you some steps to help you get there.
Okay, the quick overview of this insurance business was it was my dad's.
Mhm.
I grew up in the business, so it's kind of been a stepchild. And I didn't like it at first, way back when, because there were so many changes in this past 6 to 10 years that I just said enough is enough. I want to retire. So I semi-retired, and somebody told me, "Well, you still need to take care of your dad's clients because they're this the bunch of people that always calling me. Well, I find out they call me after the fact, but just to touch bases with them to say how they're doing. They're all in their maybe 60s, or the youngest maybe 60s, the oldest maybe in their 80s, but they're still connected to us because we made friends with them. So I
Yes.
wanted to know how to move the business forward. I have a Christmas card that's belated. It's going out sometime this week or next week. And it says Happy New Year also, that just as a touch point for them. So in the next couple of months, I want to be able to send out postcards that just certain like college funding, funeral expenses, and just touch points and say, if you'd like more information, we have a seminar. We can do seminars. I just want to be able to figure out how to do that.
Awesome. Well, I have a couple of ways for you to stay in touch. I think that number one, you're on the right track as far as staying in touch. One of the most important things about an insurance business and keeping it growing is just staying in touch with people. I love that you have an idea about doing seminars, and I'm all about using postcards. Here's a recommendation. Do you have the email addresses of all of your current clients?
No, they're in their 70s and 80s. Not a lot of them want to do email. Not
Okay.
a lot of them want to do new phones, iPhones and stuff. They like the regular old flip phones that just gives them a number and tells them who's calling, and that's it. And so to touch bases with them that way is a little harder. But we're thinking of trying to expand it to their family members. So
Yes.
say mom and dad, who are my dad's clients, have kids, and the kids are going, well, do we really need that? Do we need this expense? Do we need this? And we're going to tell them, yes, you need this for this for this, because my mom is now in a care home, and we're having to foot a $4,000 bill every month,
Wow.
and that's kind of almost bare minimum. You know, there the biggest one we heard was $6,000. She had to be mobile. There's others that are even more expensive than that, but at the same time, out here in Hawaii, it's very expensive as well as on the mainland. So we're wanting to know how to do that, how to touch points with them, how to say, how are you going to keep in touch with your mom and dad if
Mhm.
mom and dad ends up in a nursing home?
Okay, so with that, thank you for the clarification on that. When anytime that we're trying to keep in contact in mass, so we're trying to use technology, but at the same time, we're talking to a demographic that isn't on a computer a lot, or maybe they don't have text messaging. We have to get creative. So I like the postcard idea, but one of the other things that I would really look at doing, Jocelyn, and this isn't going to be something that you can do automated, but I would highly recommend looking into texting everybody. Even if it's a one-on-one basis, make it a game for yourself to reach out to 25 people a day, just sending a text and seeing how you can be of assistance to them. That one-on-one communication is going to be really valued by your client. And then also the postcards, that's a great way to stay in touch. But even then, if the postcard is not a smiling picture of you so that they know it's you, if it's too generic, then even those oftentimes still end up, not being read. And so sometimes we just have to kind of get our hands dirty when it comes to reaching out to our prospects. It's hard to automate
Yes.
that all the time. So I recommend texting people. and then just making yourself available for them if they want to talk and go over some of the new policies or options that you have.
Okay. That's possible. Some of them don't do texting either. So that's another hang up we have. Out in Hawaii, where the digital age on the mainland is a little faster than some of the digital ages out here in Hawaii. Um, I'm still learning a lot of stuff, and if I get stuck, I know they're going to get stuck. And so, we're just trying to touch bases with them. I have a bunch of people that are coming on board as a team to help me do this insurance thing with my dad. It's called the Ching Legacy Team. And so we're making a team of people to do that. But they still have to call. They still have to go out and touch. And they still have to sit there and say, hi, this is, son, so that's it's another layer that we've got to try to figure out as we go.
Yeah. Now, some of the other ways that you could, keep in touch with them, besides the direct mail and besides, texting people, I know that there's not a lot of your clients that you mentioned that they have a kind of an aversion to email. I'm going to bet that, like you mentioned seminars, I would highly recommend doing fun things like if you can sponsor some of the local events that are geared towards seniors around there. I think that would be a great way for you to keep in touch. Even if you just have a table with a banner on it, Jocelyn, sometimes your presence reminds them of you, and you could create some new conversations. And so if there's going to be a place where they're going to be, I know that my mom-in-law loves going to senior nights at the local senior center where they have food and they play some fun games and stuff like that. And so if you can, be there as a sponsor, or even if you just show up once to just check it out, I think it would be a great idea for you to be there and just make your presence known as a friendly person that's there to just help them, help them with their insurance needs, help them as they, go into new seasons of their life. Just being there and being able to shake their hand and introduce yourself would be a great move to make.
Yeah. The other thing that I was thinking of doing, and I have to get a partner with that one, would be to shred your papers, and just have a little bit of a community day, shred it, sponsored by, and we'll put up our banner and whoever else wants to join us, several different, and we'll just park it at a mall or someplace and just say, hey, everybody in the neighborhood, come on down, see us, and we'll see what happens.
That's a good idea. It's fun. It's unique. One of the things that I would look at doing if you're going to be looking to have a sponsor, if you don't already have, you probably already have a good network of people that are around your space, but some of the people that you would maybe look into partnering with for that would be a real estate agent, because they're always looking to also shake hands and create relationships with people.
Yes.
If there's somebody out there that has a direct sales opportunity that caters to that demographic, again, they're always looking to just create relationships. And I would try to make it so that you have multiple people that are at the event. Maybe if you can have somebody there, a local bakery or coffee shop that's sponsoring it with some free goodies, I think that would help to not only bring in another partner for some additional stuff, but also it makes it so that it's a destination. Even if they don't necessarily have something to shred, if you make that event a destination where they're going to go and get some fun stuff and get a chore done, then they're more likely to show up, So that would be my idea, to really take that event to a different level where it's a fun thing to do.
Okay. Yeah. It's like, what else do I need to do?
Yeah.
How much more fun do I want to have?
Yeah.